Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. I'm Lisa with Down to Earth Gardening and Design, and I'm so excited because guess what got delivered? Special delivery, my David Austin bare root roses. So today I'm opening the box and I want to share it with you because I'm so excited. I saw these roses on a recent field trip that I went on to a beautiful rose garden in South Carolina, and that full-length video is going to be coming to you. But I love the field trips because they give me so much inspiration. And I found this rose in particular, which I'm going to tell you about. I'm going to unbox it. We're going to do it together. And then I'm going to walk you through how and where I'm going to be planting this beauty. So super excited about today, and I will tell you my first big tip with planting bare root roses is when you get them in the mail, don't leave them hanging around. So open them right away. If for some reason you have to leave them hanging around, make sure you put them in a cool, dry location. So even in your garage is good. But I really want to encourage you to open them right away like I am and make the time to check them over and plant them right away. All right, this is pretty exciting. So I ordered 3 of them, and this variety is Princess Anne. So let me show you, and we can see this together for the first time. This is what they look like. Ooh, it looks like there's some moisture in here, which is really great. And they look super healthy. Ooh, look at, there's even a little bit of growth on them. So you can already see here how big this hole is going to have to be, and the prep for it is really important. So we have 1, and trying to be gentle with it, even though I am really excited. 2, these are going to be beauties. And 3. So the very first thing you want to do is you want to rehydrate them. I'm super happy that they already do look moist here in the plastic. You can see some of the water. I think they did a wonderful job at packaging these. These are straight from David Austin. And so it is, like I said, David Austin English Shrub Rose, and it is Princess Anne. And I'm going to soak it. I'm going to talk a little more about it and what a beauty this rose is. So I'm probably going to get some more water here. I didn't realize they were going to be this hardy. So it's great when you can find some bare root shrub roses, or any kind of roses, bare root in the spring, because there's good availability and they're a little more economical than actually buying a container. So I was super excited to actually find these available. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little more water, and then we're going to soak them for a minimum of 2 hours. So let me do that and get those going, and then I'm going to talk some more about how pretty they are. All right, I'm just going to add some more water here, and then I want to talk about Princess Anne, give you the details, and then we're going to talk about a little bit about planting bare root roses. And then we're going to go out to the garden. Okay. Okay, Princess Anne. Princess Anne, I saw an entire hedge of Princess Anne roses, and I was so excited. They were covered in flowers. So it is a shrub rose. It's very upright and sturdy. The flowers are so fragrant. I read medium fragrance, but for me, It was very strong, which I loved, very sweet smelling, like a tea rose. And it was almost a purple. But when you read the specs on this rose, it will say pink, and I would say it's more of a pinky red, but I'm going to show you so you can see for yourself. And then as they age, they are supposed to fade a little bit, so a little bit paler pink, but they are really vibrant, and to me they looked purple, so I would say it's a pinky red. So they get to be about 4 feet tall and about 4.5 feet wide when mature. And the leaves on them, like I said, they were very shiny, very deep green, and we absolutely fell in love with them. So I think for planting them, I would plant them as a rose hedge because they're a little bit taller and they're nice and bushy, or in a mixed border. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of a mixed border. We're going to put them in the front of the house in that new garden that you have probably seen a lot of videos on. I've been developing it. It's the upper terrace in my boulder wall project. So for sun, like I said, 5 to 11 are the appropriate zones for this rose. I am in 6B here in Connecticut. And for sun, you want to give them 6 to 8 hours of good sun. Now a little bit about bare root roses. So when you buy them, this is what they look like. They're literally bare roots, and they're pretty young. So it takes a while for them to develop. So when I plant my bare root roses, I don't really expect to get any flowers for the first year, and that's okay. I can be patient when it comes to something as beautiful as they are. So I would say count on a couple years before you see a flower, and then if you happen to get a late flowering, then you'll be all the more excited about them. So it's a good time to plant them. It's spring. So typically, depending on your zone, from January through May is when we plant our bare root roses. It is April right now in Connecticut, and I would be planting these right up to about mid-May is appropriate. You want to plant them in some well-drained, fertile soil, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So what you're going to need for materials is you're going to need your spade or a shovel. You're going to need some compost, and I'm also going to incorporate a little bone meal, and I'm going to talk more about the how-tos when we get out in the garden. So for right now, I'm going to go do a few more garden tasks, and I'm going to let these sit for a couple hours, and come and join me in the garden in a little bit. Okay, so we're out in the front garden, the sun's going down, so I'm going to try to wrap this up. But we have our 3 holes dug here on the border of this garden here. And let me tell you, it was some tough digging, some pretty big rocks. We already took a couple loads away, came out of these holes. And the soil is not bad. So remember, you want sunny location, 6 to 8 hours is ideal for your rose, and you want to make sure it has enough space to grow. So the height is about 4 feet tall, 4.5 wide, and well-drained soil. So your hole should be roughly 14 to 16 inches wide and deep. And I have them located here as a little lower hedge here. I'm going to do a mixed border, and I'm going to be doing a little kind of a patio here with some Adirondack chairs that I've ordered. So we'll be able to sit here, see the roses, and more importantly, smell the roses, which I'm really excited about. So I have my bucket here with compost, and at the bottom I have some garden soil. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to mix that up. And then what I'm going to do is just grab my bone meal, and I'm just going to do a really light dusting. So bone meal is really going to help the root growth. So dusting, or if you wanted to, you can mix it in the soil that you're going to fill your hole with. So I'm just going to dust it to help the roots along. So no fertilizer, and this is really important. You don't want to fertilize or put any fertilizer in the hole of your bare root roses because it will burn the roots. So bone meal, compost, nice soil. All right, so our babies have been soaking for a couple of hours. We've gotten some other garden tasks done, and boy, is there a lot to do this time of year. So we just want to make sure this is going to fit. Now, because I live in a cold winter climate, I want the base here about 2 inches buried from the surface. So if you live in a warmer climate, please do a little research because you want it closer to the surface. So even as close as an inch. So what kind of helps me eyeball it is if I lay the shovel here, and if I could go a little deeper, I honestly would, but it's so rocky. So right here. So we're going to be burying right up to the base of the stems. This, and I'm going to backfill with some of my existing soil here. So I'm really just trying to mix up what I have and what I'm bringing in for my soil and compost here. Okay, and we don't want any air pockets. All right, I'm going to leave the tag on for a little while anyway, not permanently, and then I'll just take it off and I will keep the tags in a safe place. Okay, no pruning, no fertilizing, and then I'm going to try to drag up some of this mulch here and put it around the base. And we are going to be mulching this garden again with some fresh mulch pretty soon. And then water. So I'm going to go get my watering can, but just a little aside about water is when you water, it's okay to water the stems. We don't have leaves on there yet. And water daily for 1 to 2 weeks because this little baby really needs some nurturing and to get settled. So once the leaves start sprouting, you want to just water the soil because we don't want to encourage any fungal disease, which roses are susceptible to. And I'm going to go ahead, water this one, plant the other 2 babies. But I do want to say thank you so much for joining me today before I wrap this up. Sun's going down. I appreciate all of you at home, and I really enjoy bringing you these videos. So if you like this one, please hit like and subscribe to our channel because I'm going to keep you posted on a lot of these gardening projects.